Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 12 Phase 4 in the experimental branch. And in the previous part, we got started on this arid planet. We made reasonable progress after a couple of false starts, and we've now got set up with 2 portable constructors, 2 water O2 containers, and we got our tent, and of course we got our very important heater to be able to deal with the temperature variations. And I want to start with a big thank you for your comments and feedback, especially those of you who pointed out that I could have quite easily got stone by digging down, but I'm going to be completely honest. There's something I would do once I get a drill, but digging down with a survival tool is bad enough when you're actually mining for resources, let alone having to dig down just to get stone. I mean, it swings and roundabouts. If the stone's nearby, you can. Sometimes it's a bit quicker just to get the stone, but you are quite right that I could have dug down into a hole. In fact, on the previous arid start, I would have dug a lot of holes because we'd have had to have gone underground to defend against the patrol ship. And the other thing you pointed out is something that I must admit I had to go back and look at again, and that was the scanner, because I was looking at the wrong one. As many of you quite rightly pointed out, I was looking at the small vessel, not the hover vehicle. And I think it's down to the fact that in the back of my mind while I was making that video, I was thinking about the next step beyond the hover bike, and that is actually making a small vessel. So what we need to do is get down here. We need to unlock the scanner, and the other thing I also want to unlock is something I should have done at the cargo box and the fridge. So hopefully now we should be able to. I've got this portable constructor making ore, so we might actually be able to knock out this here and fridge nanotubes. Go on here and see if we can just make a. I think we'll make the interesting. You can make the base fridge as well. Never mind. Anyway, we're going to make the fridge for the. And I think I'm going to make another cargo box to just try and enhance the capabilities of the hover tank. Because what I want to do in this part is get out and do a bit more exploring. I need to find Promethium. Oh, and the other thing I also need to do, I can't remember, is actually make a, what we call it, force generator. Okay, we need 2 motors, so we'll probably have to make it in this one again. Yeah. I just want to put a water generator out. In fact, what we can do is hook out some of these and put them into the other one. So we'll put the scanner there so we can get onto the. Just gonna put that in there. I also had a bit of a disaster just before I made the video. I had a whole pile of protein and I wasn't paying attention, and what actually happened is all the protein was turned into spoiled food. And that's one of the hazards, and that's why getting the fridge is probably quite important. And we're just gonna, I think we'll do what we did in the last part. We'll put the fridge in there, and the scanner. Where should I put the scanner? Got a little slot there. We should be able to just drop the scanner there. We've now successfully completed part 2 of the Robinson Protocol. For more information, yes, thank you. Now. Okay, let's go. You should look in the suitable area, make use of your base, yes. Start, you will need a base starter block. I'm not convinced I'm going to build a new base. What we might do is just take over this area here. Let me just. I've got a feeling that we come in here. This is 125, but I think what we can do is increase the volume just by getting rid of this one here. Just gonna salvage. 125 is a waste of time, to be honest. Oops, what have we got in here? Okay, we've got a little bit of all. Go away. And I think the 2 size one. Yeah, 192, 382. Yeah, we're gonna have to take out. Having that thing stuck on the top's a pain in the neck. Oh, we should be able to. We rotate that. Okay, it's got the hint now. It's dropped off. And what that should do now is give us a tiny amount more carrying capacity. 250. Oh, so that's misleading. Never mind. 250 is more than what we had before, and again, I don't really want to waste too much time on there. Feeling cold. Wow. I'm just going to warm up a little bit. Actually, let's just pick you up and put you down over here. Make sure we've got everything on the up and up. Just pop this in there. Eat the steaks. Got the oxygen. I'm going to keep the oxygen on me. And I think we'll just pop that in there. Take the water generator. So we need to put out the water generator ASAP. Wow. It is cold out here. I think now we just want to make sure, now we've got all the food in tucked away, I think we can now sleep through the rest of the night. So we can actually operate in daylight. Pick up that. How was my fuel situation? I think I can put this now in the fridge. Frees up a slot. Just drop that in as well. 14 biofuel. Look, probably drop a little bit more in. Don't want to go too much, and just going to get rid of you. Power on. And the first thing I want to do is go down and check the water. Next question is, where is the water? Right, the water is to our west. So we're facing in the right direction. And we're just going to go out. Of course, we're... Well, there's a whole load of talent stuff there. Oh, you gave me a fright. We got a little bit of resources there. Must admit, it's a little bit disconcerting when not actually hearing the engine noise. And of course, we can start to get a little bit more wild now. We got the fridge, and of course, it's all XP in here. This looks a bit bleak. It's going to be hot down here, isn't it? We got here some iron. I think we can. I think we're just going to have to take the resources as and when we can find them. So, resource drill. I'm going to need as much resources as I can get, because I do want to jump to an SV. Let me just drill this, and just talk a little bit about the SV. We're okay temperature wise. What I've actually done is I built the silver shade light for Alpha 11. You can see it's unlocked level 7, so we can't unlock it just yet. And what I've actually done, it's an adaptation of Spange's. Let me just put the filter on so I can find it. The nightshade. But what I've actually done with this, the silver shade light, is I've taken out everything that requires cobalt or titanium, anything. So it's got very basic materials here, and I have lightened the ship down. I've also made it wider so that it is actually has the width. So when the time comes to add the warp drive, I should be able to rebuild the ship to actually be able to accommodate the warp drive. That's the theory anyway. But we've got a little way to go yet before we can do that. Yeah, the temperature's not too bad here. I was expecting it to be a little bit higher. Pick up 3 alien forms. Wow. That. Oh. The gravity must be less than 0 here. Anyway, let's just get over here. Temperature's building, which is what I was half expecting. Just gonna get here. Land here. So I was planning on building a base here, but maybe that isn't going to be such a good idea. I'm just going to drop in some. And what that will do is start to get the oxygen, which I can then, as some of you pointed out, that this ship does have an oxygen tank on it, but it doesn't have the oxygen distributor, so it's not much point. Let's just have a little look around here. Oops, gets hooked on a rock. Let me see anything here. Looks like there's some silicon there. We're just gonna have a little run round. This is where we run into a pteropod at 54 degrees. So we can't hang around here too much. Can I collect that? No, that's just cosmetic. Seeing I'm here, we'll just grab some stone as well. If we've got to build up a base, we're going to need a little bit of stone. Let's just go along the edge here. Not going to stop specifically for stone. I'm just looking for silicon more than anything else. Not getting anything on the radar, which is a little bit of a cause for concern. There's something over there 2 kilometers away. Where are we? Okay, I'm starting to overheat. You're feeling hot. Okay, let's go up there. Deploy. Just gonna have to stand here for a little while. Oxygen's getting a little bit low as well. Just pop the oxygen up. Just notice we got. Get that in there. No, I don't want it in the cargo box. What am I doing? Put it in the fridge. The rest can go in the cargo box. How are we doing? My temperature back to normal? Yeah, looks like it. Let me see. Well, that's our friends. We don't need any meat as such at the moment. We're okay for. We've got plenty of energy bars and such. Right, we've got resources over there 2 kilometers. So let's just get in at, wow, it's 55, 54. It's just kind of hope for the land here. Right, we're back to 29, so we can slow up a little bit now. Take a little bit more of a gentle look round. A little bit more iron there. I'll just jump out. I'll just snag that. Of course, the big priority has to be promethium. And that's what I would like to see is promethium. How many promethium have we actually got on the planet? We got 6. We got resources for promethium. Oh look, we're in insect territory. Hello, guys. Long time since no see. Haven't seen you for a little while. I suppose there'd be the inevitable spiders around here somewhere. Just keep throwing out the resources. Lots of stuff over this way. I think that's where we got to go. Wouldn't mind some trees as well. Some veg stuff there. So let's just collect a little bit in this range here. Defense mode. Deforest the planet. Logs. Not sure why I'm running with the lights on, just turn them off. This looks like some silicon and fiber here. So we'll just that silicon, yeah, we'll take that. So anything at the moment is that can be possibly useful, we'll take. There's resources over his way. Once I can make a multi-tool, I'll be happy. Right, found silicon here. Small. Again, I'm not going to spend time mining it just at the moment. This is more high-speed reconnaissance. Grab what I can for an hour. Some 29 degrees. We're okay. Take the rock. Copper, silicon, large wreckage. Looks like there's some wreckage or something over there. You can check out. What's that? More iron here. Grab that. Certainly going through the oxygen. Commander, I'm detecting an ICHU identification signal by one of the vessels from the Operation Phoenix fleet, the transport UCH Heidelberg. We should take a look. Find the wreckage. So it's actually changed the mission for me. What have we got here? Well, we got the dart. Oh, we may have a change of schedule here. Got the dart. We found the dart. We found the Heidelberg. I mean, this could be a better place for a base location. Okay. This is a good find wreckage. Crash bird. Okay, EM signal. I'm actually doing the mission without trying. Let me just check. Is it going to be worth repairing this? Let me just jump out and take a look. What do we need to repair this? Probably a fair amount. I mean, I'd be a bit more inclined to loot this for items. Well, we'll take the gold. So I'm a bit more inclined to loot this to make my own ship rather than actually build it. Let's have a look. Let's see. You're saying that this can actually fly? I can't fly, it's broken, but so why can't I take it over? You got a core in it. Let's just try and see if we can salvage something from it. Sneak over. A few bits and pieces. How are we off for temperature? A little bit of magnesium powder. We gotta sooner loot the Heidelberg. Where are you? Let's just get in here. Wreck diver, find the just ease in here. Wow. My oxygen's getting crucial. Ah, pushing my luck here a little bit. Let's just top this up a bit. I mean, the gold ingots is going to be useful. Welcome. Take that. Take that. Take that. That can go in the fridge. And put that into the cargo box. Don't have a lot more space, and it's starting to get a bit warm here. So better deploy the magic machine. What we got here? Got some cables. Right, we've got a multi-charge. I just need a multi-tool now. I'll just pick that up and just walk around a little bit. Right, we've got some you there. Well, we're certainly going to take the oxygen. Not going to say no to that. 776. 3 oxygen. Let's just have a look round. The easiest way. I mean, there's some cargo boxes up this side. Cargo box there. Okay, thank you. Just gonna pick that up. You over. That's not gonna let me. Why won't you let me put it there? Okay. The electronics. And pick you up again. Messing about, game. Take the matrices. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the resources that's going to build my SV. Nanotubes. What I need is the fuel tanks now. Get in here. I don't think there's anything down here as such, except for the fuel tanks. We're certainly going to take 800. Oops. 802. Right, we've got 26 fuel cells now. That mitigates the effect of having to. Oops, let's have a look inside. That's what I've been doing, game. Sergeant Planet. Just hit hard. Kind of laser projectile, very advanced rocket. We got separated from the main fleet. Xerix have cut us off from the rest. We try to bring us down. They will be successful. The captain has sent. That should be sent. The captain has sent the emergency rescue signal. We're making emergency landing. All engines are off. I am off to the rescue pod, Chief. Okay. Right, one of our engineers has worked out an early adjustment to the Apollino system. Anything here? Oh, multi-tool. Yes, we are now in business. Normally, I have absolute contempt for multi-tools, but in this one situation, I am going to make an exception. Now I'm stuck under here. Okay, obvious traces. It's saying that there's anything else. We've got the fuel tanks. We're okay for temperature at the moment. How can we? Let's say it's correct. The game's getting a little bit carried away. Trouble is, I don't have the space to pull these off. Oh, we got Chief Planet. The log of the Chief Planet. Okay, so there's logs in here. Didn't notice that. Chief looks about time dilation. So, I would love to pull these thrusters, but they're capital vessel thrusters. I think what I will do is we're going to have a little bit of a change of tack here. We're not going to follow the mission. Right. I think what we're going to do is F2 workshop silver factory. Electronics, we need 200 copper. I'm reluctant to put these items up. I may need them. Wait, you stop talking to me. What have we detected? Let's have a look underneath. Anything else underneath? Oh, oh, we got Captain Brenner. Most of the flight team have been killed seconds ago. The projectile hit us directly frontal. I've had incredible luck. My absolute justification critics issued that we ran into a mess and made the lieutenant send me back to check lifeboat seconds before the bridge was hit. Karma, maybe not. Maybe not. Now I cannot leave the room anymore. The doors are sealed. I am standing in front of a lifeboat section. I cannot enter. It does not matter anyhow, as my whole section is missing. I am staring into the sky through a big hole in the hull. Ground is coming closer. I've just heard the scratching of metal. The ship is breaking apart. I might be my final entry in this PDA. I'll put it here. Maybe it will continue later, and I hope at least our engineer did their job when creating this structurally strengthened section. Okay. Not exactly too sure how many of these markers we're supposed to find. What have we got here? Oh, we'll take that. Commander optical systems detected something being attached to one of the machines over there. Okay, what's being attached to the... Yeah, let's just keep looking around. There's like a... What we got here? That's a fuel tank. We've got the fuel tanks. We've done that one, haven't we? I don't think this will take us anywhere. It's just broken. What we can do is see if we can salvage the automatic door. Get a little bit of salvage. What's that over there? Okay. That's a deco. That goes up. Take these doors down. Not seeing anything else here. This is where you end up putting comments in saying it's right in front of you. You should have seen it. But the one place we haven't been is in here, although I'm not sure how. Let me get up here. Okay, pad taped it on it. Is there any way we... It looks like we might be able to get in. To be stuck. To whomever will find this, the Heidelberg is lost. Only a few survived the crash. Planet has already made contact with the local natives, the Talon. They must have seen us coming down. They literally crashed in their front lawn. We are now heading towards the Talon settlement. The Xerax are on our heels, but it seems we've lost interest. They are currently held up by the rest of the fleet. The last comm we got basically said the fleet was on the retreat. The Titan is lost. Probably crashed on the moon. Not sure if the crew survived. The MS Grand has sent an encrypted signal, which we hope the Xerax will not be able to decipher for a while. This is our ticket out of here. Some friends have put out a teleprinter device in the wreckage area a few kilometers away. Emerson, this lucky son of has generated a key card. I'm not sure if there's any other ships coming down or other survivors. I'll leave a hint for those who might come later with instructions on how to generate that key card. Oh, so we're going to make a key card. Legitimization use the all route 30 thought, otherwise console will self-destruct instantly. If this plan fails, I advise every other survivor to go find one of the Talon villages. The guys helped us survive. They might help you as well. Okay, so we're going to have to go and say hello to them. What mission are we actually on? We're not doing that. So we're actually doing human remains. Okay, interesting. Oh, well, charge. Oops. Good news, Commander. I've located a console what the writer was speaking about. Okay, can I open it? Oh, it's an armor locker. Okay. What we got down here? O2 station. Teach me to take all the power off, wouldn't it? Right, we're gonna have to try and get over to here. Anything we can... Seeing anything else here? We get up to there. Oops. Oh, I'm taking damage. Should have known that was going to happen. I think we'll take the O2 station. Okay, it's not going to do any good now. Entry full. Okay, we're probably too far away from the ship as well. Ben, not use logistics. Thank you, game. Okay, let's just get back here quick. Where's our dinky little ship? Or put that in. Okay, we're now full up. When I get back over there, I'm gonna need to put some stuff into so I'm not gonna... Right, we're gonna have to put some resources. Put that in. But why is that? That increased a little bit. Put some of those in as well. Use up some of the oxygen. Hopefully, we've got another base computer. Right, let's just get back to over here. It's getting dark. And let's see what we can put out of the way. I think we can get some good stuff from here. A few steel. I think we can put the steel plates in. We keep the cobalt and the iron glass plates. Don't need the hardened steel plates because that will put titanium in the. Right, so F2. Have to put a little bit of silicon, a little bit of iron, copper. I think if I can loot some of this stuff out. Okay, yeah, I know. Grab that. Entry full. This is going to be painful. Okay. Up again. It's these power cells that are causing the problem. This might not be the most efficient way to do things. I'm just going to drop that in there. These are 1 kilogram each. Let's just move them out of the way. I think what we can do is F4. Right, we got half of these in there. Break the connection. We got an energy matrix. And you push this out. Let's find console, access console. The light on. I'm assuming the console is going to be higher up in this somewhere. Let's have a little bit of a walk round. Got some landing gear. Let's put F2. Just keep putting in. I know some of you will be saying, why are you using the survival tool to salvage instead of the multi-tool? But I've only got the one charge for the multi-tool. And at the moment, until I got a good source of Prometheum, I want to keep that for being able to make changes and pick up things when I'm modifying ships. Wow, that was a lot of work for 5 mechanical components. It says the bridge console is round the front here. Maybe it'd be easier just to go in from the side here. Oh. Yeah. Take that one out. So we can probably access it from here. Enter verification code. So we can't. A1 routine 34. Good luck, survivor. Deactivate console. To talk to that, we're going to need some form of code. We're not going to worry about too much about that. Oops. Down there. It's just count. Just keep picking up these steel plates. We can put those into the workshop. I've got a container extension here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to salvage out some blocks here so that I've got all the steel plate I need for what I need to do. You've got a few more steel plates. Let's just put them. I think it's probably going to be quicker for me to actually just go and get the ingots, I think. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get back into this ship. I'm going to have a little bit of a problem getting out of here. I think we need to return back to base, and I definitely need the SV. We've got the dart here, and then what it means is once I've got the SV up and running, I can then get out here and loot other items. So we're going to head back towards the wreckage. The escape pod, there's copper deposits. So here we are back to the base. Let's just get, well, my camp is probably a better description of what we've got here. I'm just gonna into here, land, leave the power on, turn the lights on, turn the thrusters off. Let me out. Just put our environmental protection down, and I think it's time to take stock. What have I got in here in the way of resources? I've got 102 silicon. We got 48. I mean, we've got the resources now to start working on the SV. Right, let's just sort this out a little bit. Fridge, cargo box. We'll put this out, put as much of this out as we can. Get this into the portable constructor. We'll put that in as well. Let's keep. I don't think I want to keep the fuel for the better ship. We can power the hover bike thing on with biofuel. gather everything up when we can. See what situation we're in. That can stay, that can stay, that can stay. Actually, the ore can stay in here. Let's just get a bit organised. That can come back to here. Silicon, can't put that in. Yeah, I mean, we've got a pile of iron ingots, so that's 2, 3, 4 into there. Get some more outs. Anything else here? Go into here. So we got a great big pile, so we should have this still. One thing we haven't got is the carbon substrate. Let me just take a look. What do we need? We need 181 carbon substrate. Still got to get to level 7 to build it anyway. Carbon substrate 20. 2, 3, 4, 5 of that. A quick check of the oxygen situation. You're getting low, keep you going. Can't afford to run out of oxygen. Which means we also need some more biofuel made. No energy, yes, thank you. Now we can do this. This is another option that we can do. Is we can make emergency oxygen from the purified water. So we could, when we push out 4 or 5 of those, though it's not particularly that efficient. I think what we'll do is get some more of those up and running. I think we're okay oxygen wise. How are we doing? 110. I think those can go straight into iron ingots. Copper, so we've got virtually all the iron we need. Put 20 out. So it's going to be the copper that could be the issue. And of course we need to get to level 7. How far away from level 7 are we? Stats 6. We're going to have to get out and kill a few things to get that done. That'll be something for the next part. Split the difference with the copper and the silicon. And we've now got 200 for that. That's going to give me 52. That's going to we're nearly there with the silicon. So keep splitting the difference. Right, you're done. Item not accepted. Thank you, game. Where? Just reduce this right down. There's no point making loads of this stuff for the moment. So right, we need just another 4 of those, and got iron, 1 silicon. So in order to build the ship we need more silicon, more copper. Well, we got the silicon and copper mines out here, which I can still go out and get. I mean, we got 80% left in that copper one there. We got 40% left in the silicon. I think this is where I'm going to leave it, because what I'm going to need to do now is get out and mine some copper, mine some silicon to be able to get there, and of course, more importantly, get up to level 7 so that we can actually make the ship. I think that's going to be the next important step. I mean, can I go back to the tutorial mission base? I mean, we could activate this tutorial again and build a sustainable base. Yes, you could always do a little bit of work with the starter base as well. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.